Ancient civilizations are witnesses to the incredible feats of our ancestors, and as we develop and adapt in our ever-growing world, more and more technologies have created new opportunities to make our lives much easier. Gone were the days when we just rely solely on manpower. Now for today's content, we're going to discover the world's most extreme machines and how they immensely contribute to mankind's development. Welcome to Luxury Wire, where you get to explore mankind's finest pieces of creations. Let's hop right into the video. First on our list is the Fractum Breaker. The Fractum Breaker, produced by a Danish business, is the largest and most powerful hammer on the planet. The largest hydraulic hammer on the market is only around 15 times as powerful as this one hammer, but in one stroke, it can release up to 400,000 kilojoules of energy, making it ideal for mining operations. The hammer is sold as a tube attachment for excavators and similar earth-moving machinery. However, the coupler can be used with a wide variety of different trucks. The link works with just a regular lifting cable instead of cumbersome hydraulic lines. For the hammer to work, the tube must be positioned directly above the boulder, rock, or other objects to be crushed, much like a controlled drop of a ball. The hammering is done by a mechanism that raises the ball or hammer head and then pulls it down, making the process completely hands-free and safe for the user. The Fractum Breaker is a precise and effective mining tool capable of effortlessly crushing boulders weighing up to 200 tons. The breaker is typically more effective when breaking tougher rocks. Up next is the Ponce Ergo. The Ergo by Ponce is a harvester used in the forestry sector. It falls trees and trims off branches to produce a clean log that is ready to be transported. It may be purchased with either 6 or 8 wheels. Both have a suspension system for the passenger compartment, which lessens the impact of any lateral swings in the vehicle while it is in use. The 8-wheeled model is more suited to challenging work environments. The machine has a ground clearance of 600 millimeters, a height range of 2.63 to 3.09 meters, and can traverse terrain with a steep slope and challenging conditions. It has a Mercedes-Benz engine producing 286 horsepower and a sophisticated transmission weighing in at a whopping 21.5 tons. The Ergo coasts effortlessly up and down steep terrain. The Ergo is also a formidable tree harvester due to its telescopic crane. It may be folded down to a lower height than the cabin itself, enhancing portability while on the go. Although shorter lengths are available from the manufacturer, the maximum length of the harvesting head is 11 meters. Third on the list is the car shredder. Cars are intricate products that last for a long time. About 10,000 individual components spanning a wide variety of materials make up a standard automobile. When a car reaches the end of its life, it is dismantled and its parts are recycled. Auto shredders are essential to the work of recyclers. The machinery performs the same function as a regular paper shredder, just on a much greater size. Crushing the automobiles beforehand and feeding them into the shredder is a necessary step for some models. Some can even devour a car and shred it to pieces in a matter of minutes. Yes, just minutes. The blades of the shredder are composed of durable alloy steel to reduce the effects of repeated use and metal-on-metal friction. They are not sharp, but rather function like the jaws of a crusher to bite, squeeze, and rip big metals into chips. The high productivity for the small footprint of a car shredder and the absence of distracting noise are 2 more points in its favor. Coming up at number 4, we have the SLJ 900. This iron monster moniker is well-deserved for this massive bridge-building machine. It's a single device that can both lift and place track sections above bridge pillars. The Iron Beast, built by a machinery manufacturing firm, measures a whopping 91 meters in length and 9 in height. Its primary function is to install tracks on new bridges between the piers, a task that requires it to move its 580-ton weight about the construction site. The Iron Beast rolls backward to grab more pieces after laying out a new one. The new track is then installed by gliding forward on top of the old one. Each of the SLJ 900's 64 wheels can move in any of 4 directions, forward, backward, to the side, and to the rear. Truly a flexible piece of machinery. Moving forward, we have Nautilus Minerals. Despite its demise, Toronto's deep-sea mining firm left behind some of the most remarkable industrial robots in history. To prepare the seafloor for mining, an auxiliary cutter with counter-rotating enormous carbide picks would first hone the bottom into a flat plane. The boulders will be pulverized by the bolt cutter into a gravel-like consistency for later collection. A large cutting drum helps reduce the particle size of silt to something more manageable. The bolt cutter was able to finish the task with little difficulty because the auxiliary cutter had already leveled the seafloor. The robot would work on top of a massive mound of materials that would be left on the seafloor. Once the rock has been crushed, water will be pumped up from the seafloor using the third robot super sucker. Akin to a powerful vacuum cleaner, it can also be used to blend the ore with water. Otherwise, there is no way to transport the minerals from below ground by pipe to the waiting ships above ground. Sixth on our list is the crawler transporter. The Ohio firm Marion Power Shovel built the crawler transporter specifically to transport the Saturn rocket over a short distance of 5 miles between the assembly building and the launch site. The rocket's dimensions increase significantly when the booster is attached, making it even bigger than the space shuttle. To move its cargo, the crawler transporter makes use of 16 traction motors and 4 generators, each of which produces 1,341 horsepower. Furthermore, the entire machine is driven by a pair of enormous diesel engines that collectively generate 5,500 horsepower. More so, just traveling 1 mile uses over 150 gallons of gas. 1 driver, 6 technicians, and 4 observers make up the entirety of the crawler transporter's direct crew of 11. A paltry 2 miles per hour is its top speed, plus the added weight of the rocket slows you to a halting 1 mile per hour. At number 7, we have the Bagger 293. A German engineering firm is responsible for this terrifying piece of heavy machinery. In contrast to conventional digging equipment, the Bagger is a massive bucket wheel machine that can extract 200,000 tons of brown coal each day. It's the sort of high-powered machinery that the Terminator might employ. It has a height of 94 meters and weighs 15 tons. At its present size and weight, the Bagger 293 is the largest and heaviest piece of earth-moving machinery in the world. Though it may appear complex at first glance, using it is actually rather easy. It looks like a post-apocalyptic Ferris wheel with 18 enormous buckets strapped to its front. Each bucket can hold up to 1,452 gallons of dirt, and as the wheel spins, it fills up and empties onto the conveyor belt, which can stretch 4 kilometers to the collection point. The Bagger 293 can move enough soil, coal in a day, or whatever else is in its path to fill about 90 Olympic-sized swimming pools and more. This beast, for your information, is currently priced at $100 million. And last on our list is the train snowblower. The enormous snowblower, which is also called a rotating snowplow, has a fan that is 11 feet in diameter and weighs more than 150 tons, allowing it to easily clear snow from railroad tracks. In the 1880s, the vehicle made its debut on American railroads. Unlike their sluggish, steam-powered forebears, modern snowblowers don't rely on steam power to propel themselves. It is not self-propelled, but instead is pulled by a locomotive or many locomotives. Imagine the snowblower to be a plow. A snowblower, as the name implies, blows the snow out of the path rather than utilizing a metal shovel attached to the nose. Extreme winters with snowfall totals and accumulations that exceed the depth and height of standard rail snowplow blades may increase the frequency with which you spot this equipment. The engineer in charge of the locomotive pulling the snowblower around controls the machine. The rotary is operated by a separate crew, and the snowplow's expanded cab is there just in case the job calls for more hands. Engineers, road foremen, conductors, and mechanical support workers work together to keep the machinery in working order. The rotary snowplow is always in working order so that it can be used to clear any track at any time. That's all that we have for you today, and if you like this video, you might also be interested in other content we have here on Luxury Wire. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and until then, take care, and we'll see you at the next one.